Liminal space is best defined as a threshold between places, either physical or metaphorical. Weddings, funerals, and graduations are all liminal spaces, where on the day of celebration, the person or persons are no longer in the previous phase of life, but have not yet entered the new phase. Beltane, also called May Day, occurs on the 1st of May and marks the coming of summer. Liminality comes into play with the emphasis of boundaries on May Day. With supernatural energy at its peak, people were heavily superstitious about the transfer of luck when crossing the threshold of a house. Fearful that a charm setter may steal their luck by the smoke from their chimney, families left their hearth cold and weathered the treacherous morning in their homes until noon. Just opposite the calendar from May Day, at the end of October, these superstitions are turned inside out with the onset of the festival of Samhain. In addition to marking the start of winter, Samhain celebrated the Celtic New Year. The time from sundown to sunrise is considered the space between one year and the next. During this time, the boundary between the world of the living and the dead is weakened, and the souls of those who've passed on return to visit. Spirits and fairies are free to roam the earth, causing mischief. Some spirits were welcomed fondly with food offerings, while other malevolent ghosts inspired fear and superstition. People often wore gruesome masks to disguise themselves among the mischievous souls of the restless dead. Samhain is a night when boundaries are breached and spaces normally kept separate bleed together. In contrast to the wary fear and selfishness on May Day, Samhain is a time of feasting and sharing. Children approaching houses were often given apples or nuts. People presumed to enter houses, thus crossing thresholds where they would not otherwise be invited. The significance of fire on Samhain is also the direct opposite of May Day. Rather than stay shut up indoors with no fire, people often kept their hearth lit well into the night, beyond the normal hours. This was to welcome the spirits of loved ones past and light the way for them as they roam the world of the living. Even today, bonfires and fireworks are traditional in Ireland on Halloween. Another common practice was to hollow out turnips and other tubers and carve foreboding faces into them. These jack-lanterns were placed in windows and lit from the inside. They served the same purpose as the masks, warding off unwanted spirits. This practice was carried to the New World, where hollow gourds were found to be much more suitable for carving, and the tradition evolved into the annual carving of our modern-day pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns. In fact, many of the ways we celebrate Halloween today reflect the customs of pre-Christian Samhain rituals.
How it manifests nowadays in the modern folk calendar, I suppose, depending on what period you choose as modern, if you're talking about how it's going to be celebrated this year, it's very, very different in certain respects. It's very much a fun festival. It's a festival for children and young people. They dress up, they go out collecting from door to door, trick-or-treating as it's known. Adults, or young adults at least, tend to dress up and go out to social events, dances and nightclubs and things like that, dressed in costume. I suppose under the influence of Guy Fawkes, fireworks made their way into Halloween traditions in Ireland, but that's really more of a Guy Fawkes observation that has sort of influenced Halloween in the last 20-30 years. But the lighting of bonfires, that's something that we did, dressing up, going around house to house. It's this notion that the other world is imminent or present in our world is a theme that has come, we think, from the ancient festival of Samhain right through to modern times. And maybe whether anybody believes that wholeheartedly anymore or not, it's the overriding theme and the excuse for people to dress up and to sort of act beyond the normal constraints of society.
I'm Victoria, and I contributed to the project by filming the interview with Billy as well as editing the final video.
Hi, I'm Katherine, and I composed the text and recorded the voiceovers featured in the video, as well as gathering a portion of the research material.
We would like to give a huge thank you to Billy for being so generous with his time and insight in the video.
We learned a lot from this project, and we appreciated the opportunity to gain a deeper understanding of the history behind modern-day Irish customs.
Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you enjoyed.